Thank you all for coming. I'll just say a few words and then pleased to take your questions. Look, and let me start by saying it's an honor to accept this role as chair of this new task force on economic growth for the Prime Minister, for the leader. It comes at, in my view, a decisive time for our economy, for our country. You know, the world is becoming a more dangerous and divided place, and at the same time, the global economy is being transformed. Every major economy is accelerating their energy transition, and being low carbon is becoming a key driver of competitiveness. We're just at the start of a revolution driven by AI in every sector, every economy, every company. We can no longer rely on the world's rules-based trading system. We have to become an essential trading partner. We can't win an industrial policy arms race. And in all of that environment, we have to grow, both in the short term and for the long term. We need real policies. We need solutions, not slogans. Action, not indifference. And I was very pleased by the discussion in the room, the ideas and the energy of the members, and look forward to working with them to develop the strategy. And I look forward, and I may regret this, I'm looking forward to your questions. Thank you.
What is in it for you, Mr. Carney? You are pitching your wagon to a party that is really struggling right now. Why
Look, first thing, I have a couple of simple rules. One, if the Prime Minister of Canada asks me to do something, I will do it. I will serve to the best of my ability. Secondly, you know, I'm interested. I have some experience in these issues, and I'm interested in helping our country to grow. I'm interested in doing something, not being something. And this is a decisive time for our economy. These issues have to be tackled head-on, and as I said at the outset, I'm honored to be part of this process.
Will you continue your role with Bloomberg and Woodfield while giving on ballot? Would you like to run for office?
Look, I think that the story for today and the task that I've taken on is it's a big task. It's an important task, but I'm a catalyst in a much broader effort of those members of Parliament in that room, effort of other Canadians. Look, these issues, those who really think about our future are increasingly seized with these issues. And the question is, how do you translate those to the best ideas, the best policies that are going to make real differences for Canadians?
Can I ask about conflicts of interest? This may be some
There's some daylight between you and the Liberal Party on the carbon tax. You have said, you know, it had done its purpose up to a time. Will you be advising them to make any changes on carbon tax?
I think the fundamental, sometimes what happens with these issues around is that the focus misses an important other aspect, which is that, as I said a moment ago, being low carbon is going to be a determinant of whether we can create jobs, whether we can sell our products in the United States, in Europe, around the world. We have to help our companies become more competitive. There's a huge range of things that the federal government can do, many of which they are doing. Huge range of things that other companies, or the provincial governments and other stakeholders need to do in order for that to be the case. And we need to be clear-eyed about not the challenge, but the scale of the opportunity, because no country is in a better position for this. Make one last point. These issues, the issues around being low carbon, is an issue for our manufacturing sector. It's an issue for whether or not we're going to lead in information technology. It's an issue for whether we are going to retain our ability to trade into the major markets. And we are best placed of any country in the world to do that, but we have to be clear-eyed about it and move forward.
Can I just ask about conflict of interest?
You run in the two by-elections. Did they ask you to run in the two by-elections?
The conversation, this is the outcome of the conversation I had with the Prime Minister, which is to take on this important role. Let's be clear about the role, David, to your question, is that I'm an outsider. I'm providing a perspective, gathering opinions from interested Canadians and feeding them in so that we can have the best possible growth strategy that puts people first, grows our economy, not just in the short term, but in medium, long term, in a world that is fundamentally changing.
So why help in this way instead of getting...
So that's the last question.
Why help in
Can you
this
repeat
way?
your house's answer in English to them?
I'll see you think my memory is better than it is. No, the question, but look, what I understand, my career, if you look at it, has been in and around the interface between policy and the economy, the public and private sector. And what's animated throughout has been to get the private sector to work to the objectives of people through, whether it was when I was doing financial reform as governor of the Bank of Canada, with the financial crisis, whether it's my work internationally on climate change, it's to ensure that we get the private sector to provide what people want, what Canadians want. That's the issue now. That's the issue now, at an even higher level, because these huge changes are coming. As I said at the outset, the world's more divided. It's certainly more dangerous. We can flip that around and take advantage of it. Okay, last question.
Why do you feel that you can help the party better in this way than presenting yourself as a candidate?
What matters for Canadians, let's be frank, it's not a party, it's not an individual, it's what happens on the ground. It's whether the country is moving forward to their priorities. This is where I can help right now in order to move our country forward. It's an exciting time. It is an exciting time for Canada if we seize it. And this is about seizing it. And I'll finish with this. I'm pleased and honored, not just by the Prime Minister's confidence, but I look forward to working with Minister Freeland, Minister Champagne, Minister Ng, and the rest of the caucus in developing this too. Thank you very much.